Hello students, in today's video we will try to put all the name reactions together that are important with respect to your 12th class CBSE board exams. As the name reaction is one of the sure questions, you will get two equations or two name reactions, and that's a sure question in your board exam. So in today's video we are going to cover up all the name reactions which are important for your 12th class CBSE board exams. Let us begin with the first one, Sandmeyer reaction. Sandmeyer reaction is done with the help of BDC, that is benzene diazonium chloride. Benzene diazonium chloride, when it is treated with cuprous halide like cuprous chloride and HCl, it will give chlorobenzene. Instead of cuprous chloride, we can use cuprous bromide in presence of hydrogen bromide, and in that case the product will be bromobenzene. Gattermann reaction is also similar to that of Sandmeyer reaction. The only difference is that here we are using metallic copper in presence of HCl. This reaction also begins with BDC, that is benzene diazonium chloride, and we get chlorobenzene. Suppose we use copper metal in presence of HBr, then we will get bromobenzene. So we can say this is the method for the preparation of haloarenes also. Both these reactions, their starting is the same, that is both these have starting reagent benzene diazonium chloride. The only difference is those of reagents. The next reaction is Finkelstein reaction. Finkelstein reaction is used when you want to prepare specially iodoalkane, and the halogen which will be substituted or replaced, it will be either chlorine or bromine. The reaction is carried out in presence of diacetone, where you will get iodoethane along with sodium chloride as the byproduct. Now in board exams, if a name reaction is asked to you, you can write the particular example or you can write general equation also. In both cases you will get the marks. Okay, moving on to the next one, Schwarz reaction. Schwarz reaction is basically for the fluorides. As I told you, Finkelstein is basically for the iodoalkanes. Similarly, Schwarz reaction is basically for the fluoride, and the condition is that halogen which is replaced will be either chlorine or bromine. So the haloalkane is treated with metallic fluoride like silver fluoride, mercury fluoride, antimony fluoride, etc., where you will get fluoroalkane along with whatever metal you have used, its halide. For example, if I have used AgF here, the product will be AgCl. So that was about Schwarz reaction. Next reaction is Wurtz reaction, which you have studied in your class 11th also. This is a very important reaction. 2 moles of haloalkane, they are treated with sodium in presence of dry ether, and halogen along with sodium will be eliminated. We'll get alkane along with sodium halide. So we can say this reaction, Wurtz reaction, is ascent of series reaction or stepping up reaction. We can increase the number of carbon atom in the chain. So Wurtz reaction is also prepared for the Wurtz reaction is also used for the preparation of higher alkanes. Moving on to the next one, Wurtz-Fittig reaction. Here haloarene and haloalkane, they are made to react with each other in presence of sodium and dry ether. Again I will say that sodium halide will be removed as the byproduct and you will get haloarene. For example, chlorobenzene when treated with sodium and chloromethane in presence of dry ether, we will get toluene along with sodium chloride. Now Fittig reaction. In Fittig reaction, it's same like that of Wurtz and Wurtz-Fittig. The only difference is that here we are taking 2 moles of haloarene. Again sodium halide will be the byproduct and we will get biphenyl as the main product. For example, chlorobenzene, 2 moles of chlorobenzene, they are treated with sodium in presence of dry ether. Sodium chloride will be the byproduct along with the formation of biphenyl. So Wurtz fitting and Fittig reaction, they are near about the same. In Wurtz reaction, we are using 2 moles of haloalkane. In Wurtz Fittig, we are using 1 mole of haloarene and 1 mole of haloalkane. Whereas in Fittig reaction, we are using 2 moles of haloarene. The next reaction is Huns-Diecker reaction, where the silver salt of carboxylic acid, they are flushed with or refluxed with bromine with carbon tetrachloride, and we get bromoalkane along with the byproduct silver bromide and carbon dioxide. So we have seen different methods for chlorides, for bromides, for iodides and for fluoride. This method is for the preparation of bromoalkane. For example, silver salt of propanoic acid, it is refluxed with bromine in presence of carbon tetrachloride. We will get bromoethane along with silver bromide and carbon dioxide. Here the number of carbon atom decreases. So we can say it is a descent of series reaction. Again I am repeating, in such type of questions like name reaction, the question will be direct question that write an equation representing Huns-Diecker reaction, Kolbe's reaction. In such case, you can write a general equation as well as you can write the example also. Moving on to the next reaction, Kolbe's reaction. Now, Kolbe's reaction is a different one and Kolbe's electrolytic reaction, that is a different one. Here we are studying Kolbe's reaction, which starts with phenol. Phenol, when treated with sodium hydroxide, gives sodium phenoxide. And when it is treated with carbon dioxide under high pressure and temperature, we will get sodium salicylate. Now this sodium salicylate on further hydrolysis gives us salicylic acid. So salicylic acid is the main product of the Kolbe's reaction. Remember, salicylic acid will be called only when OH group and COH group both are in ortho position with respect to each other. The next reaction is Rimmer-Timmer reaction. Rimmer-Timmer reaction also starts with phenol and it is treated with chloroform in presence of aqueous NaOH at 340 Kelvin, where we will get an intermediate first, and this intermediate on hydrolysis gives salicyl aldehyde. So in Kolbe's reaction and Rimmer-Timmer reaction, the starting reagents are same, phenol, and the end products. In case of Kolbe's reaction, it is salicylic acid. In case of Rimmer-Timmer reaction, it is salicyl aldehyde. The next reaction, called as oxymercuration and demercuration of alkene. This is a method of preparation of secondary alcohols by using alkene. For example, when butene is treated with mercuric acetate in presence of tetrahydrofuran followed by the reduction of sodium boron hydride, we will get secondary butyl alcohol. So in this reaction, basically alkenes, they are converted to 2-degree alcohols. Moving on to the next one, Williamson ether synthesis. Williamson ether synthesis, the name itself indicates that it is a reaction where ethers are synthesized. The haloalkane is treated with sodium alkoxide. NaX will be the byproduct. And the ether can be obtained by this reaction. For example, iodomethane, when it is treated with sodium alkoxide As I told you, sodium iodide will be removed as the byproduct, and we will get methoxyethane as the main product. So ether is the main product of Williamson ether synthesis. Now Rosenman reduction. Rosenman reduction, there is a conversion of acyl chloride in presence of hydrogen, palladium, barium sulfate to the aldehyde. So we can say acyl chlorides can be converted to corresponding aldehyde by Rosenman reduction reaction. The byproduct will be HCl. For example, acyl chloride, when it is treated with hydrogen in presence of palladium, barium sulfate, we will get ethanol as the product and HCl will be the byproduct. Remember, the combination of acyl chloride, hydrogen, palladium and barium sulfate itself is an indication that aldehyde will be the main product. Stephan reaction is also a method of preparation of aldehyde. Here cyanides, they are converted to corresponding aldehyde by use of stannous chloride and HCl. For example, phenyl cyanide, when is treated with stannous chloride in presence of HCl, we will get benzaldehyde along with HCl. Now it is not necessary to write the byproducts, but there are some particular reactions where you must mention the byproducts. Next, Itard reaction is also method of preparation of aromatic aldehyde, like toluene is treated with chromyl chloride in presence of carbon disulfide, and we will get benzaldehyde as the product. So it is a method of preparation of aromatic aldehyde. Moving on to the next one, Gattermann-Koch reaction. In this reaction, benzene is treated with carbon monoxide, HCl, in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride. Again, we will get aromatic aldehyde, that is the benzaldehyde. And the last one, Friedel-Crafts alkylation. In Friedel-Crafts alkylation, benzene is treated with chloromethane in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride. We will get toluene. Now instead of methane, we can use any other alkyl group which we want to introduce. So if you look at this reaction, the Rosenman reaction, Stephan reaction, Itard reaction, Gattermann-Koch reaction, all these reactions are basically methods of preparation of aldehyde. Now Friedel-Crafts acetylation reaction. In this, the benzene is treated with acetyl chloride and we get acetophenone as the product. Similarly, benzene, when it is treated with benzoyl chloride, then also we will get acetophenone as the product. So this is a method of the preparation of aromatic ketones. Sorry, in this case not acetophenone, but the benzophenone will be the product. Now students get confused between acetophenone and benzophenone. In case of acetophenone, COCH3 group is attached to benzene, and in case of benzophenone, two benzene groups, they are attached by a keto group. The next is Clemmensen reduction. In Clemmensen reduction reaction, the carbonyl compounds, they are reduced to corresponding alkane by treatment with zinc amalgam in presence of concentrated HCl. For example, propanaldehyde. It can be reduced by using zinc amalgam in presence of concentrated HCl to corresponding alkane. Here the number of carbon atom remains same. There is no change in the number of carbon atom. So the product obtained is N-propane from propanaldehyde. So this method is the conversion of aldehyde to corresponding alkane. Even in case of Wolff-Kishner reduction reaction, the carbonyl compounds can be reduced to corresponding alkane, but the difference is that of reagent. In case of Wolff-Kishner reduction, we are using hydrazine as the reagent or as the reducing agent, where we'll get hydrazone as the intermediate, and that on treatment with ethylene KOH or glycol will get alkene. For example, acetone on treatment with hydrazine and followed by treatment with ethylene KOH or glycolic KOH will give corresponding alkane, that is we will get here N-propane. Next reaction, aldol condensation, which is important one. It is also carried out for carbonyl compounds. When carbonyl compound, 2 moles of carbonyl compound, they are treated with each other in presence of base like dilute sodium hydroxide or dilute potassium hydroxide. First of all, they will give a compound containing aldehyde group as well as alcoholic group, and therefore the name is given aldol. For example, in this case, when acetaldehyde, 2 moles of acetaldehyde, they are treated with each other in presence of dilute NaOH or in presence of dilute KOH, they will give 3-hydroxybutanol. And now this product on further heating will lose a water molecule and will form enol. So we get but2-enol. Here again 2 functional groups, one is alkene and one is aldehyde. OH from this alcoholic group and hydrogen from this carbon, they will be removed out, and thus they will result in the formation of the product but2-enol. Now when the aldol condensation is carried out between 2 different aldehydes or 2 different ketones, we call it as a cross aldol condensation. It is also called as a mixed aldol condensation. So here we have taken the example of formaldehyde and acetaldehyde. Now when they are treated with each other in presence of dilute NaOH, we will get 2 different types of product. One will be cross aldol product, which will be obtained from the reaction between these 2 aldehyde, and one will be simple aldol product. The next is Cannizzaro reaction. This reaction is shown by those aldehydes which do not have alpha hydrogen atom. So aldehydes which do not have alpha hydrogen atom, they will show Cannizzaro reaction. For example, formaldehyde, when it is treated with concentrated potassium hydroxide, will give the alcohol, methyl alcohol, as well as the potassium salt of the carboxylic acid. So in this case, it will be potassium formate. Now this potassium formate can be further hydrolyzed to give formic acid. Similarly, when 2 moles of benzoic acid, they are treated with concentrated, let's say potassium hydroxide, we will get benzyl alcohol along with potassium salt of benzoic acid. Now this on further hydrolysis will give you benzoic acid. So that was Cannizzaro reaction. The next reaction is Helmholtz-Zielinski reaction. This reaction is shown by all those carboxylic acid which have alpha hydrogen. Now the carboxylic acid which have alpha hydrogen, they are treated with halogen in presence of red phosphorus followed by hydrolysis. We have to remember here that halogen can be either chlorine or bromine. We will get alpha halocarboxylic acid. So it is the method of introducing halogen in carboxylic acid. For example, propanoic acid, when it is treated with chlorine in presence of red phosphorus followed by hydrolysis, we will get 2-chloropropanoic acid. So this is a method of introducing halogen in carboxylic acid. The next one is Gabriel-Thally imide synthesis. Gabriel-Thally imide synthesis is also one of the important reaction. Now in this reaction, the thaliamide is treated with ethanolic KOH or alcoholic KOH to form potassium thaliamide. This potassium thaliamide on treated with haloalkane or any alkyl halide will give N-alkyl thaliamide. Now this N-alkyl thaliamide on further hydrolysis will undergo cleavage and will form 1 degree amine along with phthalic acid. This is the method of preparation of pure 1 degree amine. The phthalic acid formed can be again used to form thaliamide, and therefore this reaction is considered to be important one. Next is Hofmann-bromamide reaction. This is again an important reaction from the chapter amines. Amide on treatment with bromine with sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide will give amine along with sodium carbonate, sodium bromide and water. So this is a stepping down or descent of series reaction. The byproduct of this reaction, they are important one. For example, acetamide when treated with bromine in presence of sodium hydroxide will get 1 degree amine. So 1 carbon has been reduced along with sodium carbonate, sodium bromide and water. Remember, the byproducts of this reaction are important one. Moving on to carbylamine reaction, it is also called as isocyanide test. It is basically applicable to 1 degree amine. Now 1 degree amine when treated with chloroform and alcoholic KOH will give isocyanide, which is a very foul smelling compound, along with the byproduct like potassium chloride and water. For example, methenamine, which is 1 degree amine, when treated with chloroform in presence of alcoholic KOH will give methyl isocyanide along with potassium chloride and H2O. The next one is coupling reaction. The starting reagent is benzene diazonium chloride or BDC. BDC when treated with phenol at 273 and 273 to 278 Kelvin in presence of OH minus will give a dye. And therefore this is also called as azo dye test. This dye is of orange color and therefore it is also called as orange dye. Similarly, we can carry out the coupling reaction of BDC along with aniline in presence of at 273 to 278 Kelvin. Remember, the temperature has to maintain low 273 to 278 Kelvin so that the proper coupling can take place. And we will get a dye which is of red color. So this is also called as azo dye test. The next is Dow's process. Chlorobenzene, when it is treated with sodium hydroxide, gives phenol. First, it will give the sodium salt of phenol. So we call it as sodium phenoxide. And that on the hydrolysis will give us phenol. So the haloarine can be converted to phenol. Next is diazotization. Aniline when treated with sodium nitrite and HCl, or I can say nitrous acid. Whether I write HNO2 nitrous acid or Na2 and HCl, it is one and the same thing. It gives benzene diazonium chloride. Which we commonly call as BDC. We have seen many reactions which starts from BDC. Sandmeyer and Getman reaction, they start with BDC. Bal-Schiemann reaction. Bal-Schiemann reaction is the only way of introducing fluorine in benzene. That is, it is the only method by which we can prepare fluorobenzene. Aniline is converted to benzene diazonium chloride. Then it is reacted with hydroborofluoric acid to give an intermediate, and when it is heated directly it gives us fluorobenzene. So in this video I have tried to cover all the important name reactions which are frequently asked in 12th class CBSE board exams. Thanks for watching. That's all for the day. Have a nice day.